This is Bosebleef. This is Hypixel Says. This is Zombies. And I'm recreating all of them within the next 4 days. On day 1, I decided to start making a framework for the Snowspleef minigame and future design. I started by figuring out how to copy and paste large structures, and when I say figure out, I mean code myself, which would let me remake the map once it had been used. Unfortunately, I had a lot going on at school, so I went to sleep for the night. Alright, this was the first day I was trying to code a minigame, so I hit up a friend asking them for a map, which they said they could get to me by the end of the week. The only problem being, I was streaming in 72 hours, which meant he had to hurry up. But we had other problems, as I was attempting to code a game a day, where a day meant 2 hours. With no time to waste, I rushed into the coding process and put together a shovel that would insta-mine blocks and give the player a special snowball that could deal knockback. This day was the hardest of the challenge. My co-coder was out, I had about 1 hour to code a game, and I was at an all-time low, but I couldn't give up. However hard it was, I kept pushing forward. I put in hour after hour on my favourite game of this video. Did Simon Say? It was a simple idea. Simon says, but he gives you a ridiculous amount of negatives. Except, of course, we need to take inputs, outputs, process it, and figure out everything in between. But after 2 or 3 hours, I had this working prototype. Final day, final push. This was going to be hard. I had to make a final game, and I had absolutely no idea what to make. So with very little motivation left, I pushed on and designed the final game, Wave-Based Survival. To begin with, I wanted to have a shop where players could buy items, but in the end, I settled on a simple scoring system and a very satisfying weapon of mass destruction. This was the moment of truth. I was ready. No, I was not. There was no one watching me. But that didn't stop me. I showcased my ideas like my life depended on it. Here are the highlights. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing mini games I made. There's another guy on call with me. You can't hear him, you can only hear me, so this is going to be really weird. But, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get started. So, the first one is Snowspleef, which I've made the shovel set on a separate server to the actual map at the moment, so we need to put those together, which will happen later in the stream. But basically, whatever map you bind, you get these superpowered snowballs that should eventually deal knockback to players, but right now just act as normal snowballs. So for now, it's basically just a normal Spleef game, but hopefully in the future it will be a Spleef game with knockback snowballs. And you can see they're enchanted without any enchants, because I'm just that special. Then the second one is called Did Simon Say? You need an empty inventory to really play it properly, so if we just kill ourselves, this is not endorsing suicide. And then if you just do make it daytime and then start Did Simon Say, and then it's like the most ridiculous game of Simon Says, because it just gets more and more knots in front of the word to make it more and more ridiculous. So you can start to see that there are quite a lot of knots in front of these words, and I just it just gets exponentially harder to win the game. And then finally, if we get these out of our inventory and put on a set of Apocalypse armor, which is just netherite armor basically, and then we get a Divine Sunderer, we can start the final mini game, which is called Wave Survival Game, that just spawns waves of zombies around you, and as you kill them you get credits which flash up on the screen, which are basically your score at the moment, but hopefully in the future will let you buy upgrades. And the Divine Sunderer is the most satisfying weapon ever, because it literally is basically a Hyperion, which is obviously, the Hyperion from Hypixel Skyblock. And as you can see, it just flashes those up on stream. So we're at like 500, and there are 10 waves, and then you can see how many credits you managed to get. So yeah, that's basically the 3 mini games we've got, and we're gonna have a play with them on stream, hopefully. So I think I'm gonna start with something pretty chill, which is that I'm just gonna play a few rounds of Did Simon Say, because I really just want to see how high a score I can get on this. It's kind of a stupid game mode, but I think it's the one that's the most clean, honestly. And basically, oh my god, I scrolled by accident. Basically, the strategy is that if it's an even number of knots, then you do want to hover over the colour. Like this one's even, so we want to hover over black. This one's even, so we want to hover over green. This one's even, so we want to hover over black. This one is not even, so we don't want to be over yellow. But as you see, it kind of gets ridiculously difficult because you have 3 seconds each time. So yeah, I don't know how high you can go on this. Okay, I wanna play a round of Snow Speed. I like playing the wave game. I really want to make it so you can buy more custom items though. I could show you all what like the custom items that I want to have that you can buy are. So basically, there's this thing called Lucifer Armor, and each bit of it gives you a different ability. So the helmet gives, ignore that text, that's just testing. So the helmet lets you destroy nearby projectiles, the leggings give jump, boost and speed, the chest plate gives strength and resistance, and the boots let you teleport and jump when you're touching the ground. I want to add that you can get the Divine Sunderer that I showed earlier. So maybe we can make it so that you can get the Amountless Knife first, which is like a cooldown just teleport thing, and you can like build into it. Oh sorry, this is a not cooldown just teleport thing that you can build into the Divine Sunderer. And then I'd also really like to put the Hermes boots, which give you like a ridiculous amount of speed. The Hawkeye bow, which shoots an arrow that can one-shot any entity. The Oaken shield, which when you put it in your offhand and crouch, launches all nearby mobs into the air, which we can see if we summon a ring of zombies and then crouch. I really like how the design's coming on though, like with this one, some of these are some old designs. But yeah, I don't know, these aren't refined yet. I want to refine them, and then my next video is going to be about how we made them, so you can go and watch that.